Aliens might be living among us, disguised as humans, or in a base inside the moon, according to a new Harvard study.
Oh, really?
So I don't know if this is actually like a Harvard study. I took a look at it's a Harvard paper. It's a guy, or it's a paper written by a guy who works at Harvard. Let's be like kind of specific here. And so I took a look at this, and it's not like the actual paper. I don't think it's a study. He's just doing thought experiments. But I'll read through the article. The guy who wrote this is Tim Lemons. He is a psychological research scientist and in the Human Flourishing Program at Harvard, at the Harvard University. You know that one? The Human Flourishing Program. So
good old Tim. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is what Tim is up to. This is what he's talking about. So this story comes to us from the New York Post. Aliens might be living among us, according to a study by Harvard academics. A new paper suggests extraterrestrials could also be living underground or in a base inside the moon. The study by Harvard University's Human Flourishing Program puts forward the idea that UFOs, or unidentified aerial phenomenon, may be spaceships visiting their Earth-based alien friends. The researchers have investigated so-called cryptoterrestrials, also known as ultra-terrestrials, by Hal Puthoff. Back to the article here. These could be could be disguising themselves as humans to fit in. May have come to Earth from Earth's future, or might have descended from intelligent dinosaurs. So one by one, the first one, disguised as humans, that falls in line with the story known as the Stranger at the Pentagon, a so-called alien called Valiant Thor. No, this is not in the article here, but a so-called alien called Valiant Thor, very human-looking, was rumored to be at the Pentagon for quite a while, trying to this is back in, I believe, the 50s, where he was proposing, hey, humans, give up your atomic weapons, nuclear weapons, and we will give you all this awesome technology. And the Pentagon told Valiant Thor to go pound sand. And but they might be roaming around Earth disguised as humans, and we would be none the wiser. Now, the second theory that is put forth in the paper, future humans, meaning that, they're time travelers. They're coming back to ensure that their timeline remains consistent. Any deviation in our timeline could mean their extinction, because we have built a new timeline. So they're coming back to ensure certain moves are made in order to solidify their existence in, say, the year 6000. There's maybe some evidence to that, especially when it comes to Rendlesham Forest, the incident in the UK, a U.S. military base in the UK. There was a light sighted in the woods. Military officers went out there, and there was an information exchange between this craft and one of the military officers. And in that, it was a binary code. The guy wrote down the binary code, and it basically said that vehicle was from the year 6000, and it was sent back on some sort of reconnaissance mission, according to the person who was there at Rendlesham Forest. Now, other people have claimed that was a psychological operation. Could be as well. The third theory here in this paper is that they might be descendants of dinosaurs that 65 million years ago, the dinosaurs, the big ones, didn't all die off. Some evolved into what we have mammals. They evolved into birds. Others may have gone underground. They went into caves. They went into a large cavernous system where they continued to evolve down there, and they evolved to such a degree that they could develop their own technology. Maybe there are lizard people, but they're descendants of dinosaurs 65 million years ago, created their own, basically like dinosaurs. You don't like that one?
I like the dinosaurs. That was a fun show. But I like the idea that the plesiosaur exists, and that is Loch Ness Monster and shit like that. But that's where they're getting lizard people now. Like Hillary Clinton is a dinosaur.
Well, that's a totally separate thing, but they basically would say it is a parallel advanced civilization that is a direct descendant of the dinosaurs. What would, if like hypothetically something like the raptor managed to survive in a cave system, what would it have evolved into? It was supposedly a pretty hyper intelligent dinosaur, according to what I know from Jurassic Park.
Which is a documentary, of
and
course.
That is based on a lot of science, and we know that. Yeah.
Yes.
So it would be interesting to see if they did evolve to have like thumbs and to be able to build watches and cell phones and all that kind of stuff, and maybe even enough technology to build flying saucers to watch us. So this is just some examples there. But the study was created to offer an alternate, unconventional explanation of UAP sightings and to hypothesize what it might mean and the possibility that UAPs may involve forms of non-human intelligence that are already present in Earth's environment in some sense, that exist alongside us in distinct stealth. The paper reads, the author became increasingly aware of the depth of evidence and theory that also tentatively supports another ultra-terrestrial explanation, the cryptoterrestrial hypothesis. Our focus here, which holds that UAP may reflect activities of non-human intelligence concealed here on Earth and its endeavors. 4 theories on aliens living near humans are investigated. So the first are human cryptoterrestrials, the technologically advanced ancient human civilization that was largely destroyed long ago, but continues to exist in remnants today. And this would go back to kind of some of the hollow earth stories. Like about 50,000 years ago, there was a giant cataclysm. This also could be referenced to Atlantis. When Atlantis was destroyed, some of the survivors headed over to Mexico. Some went to North America. Others went underground, and they took their technology with them, and they continued to live. Some of the ones in Mexico were killed off. Same with the ones in North America, but the ones in the earth underground managed to survive and keep that technology alive and evolved right alongside of us, just underground. But why wouldn't they pop up after a while? They like after you let the seas settle, let the catastrophe and the cataclysm kind of roll over the earth, pop out of your holes, and then repopulate. Yeah. That would make the most sense.
Start some shit.
Yeah, but it is annoying to move, and maybe they didn't want to pack up all their things again.
Yeah, creatures of habit.
Yes. The second theory are hominid or theropod cryptoterrestrials, a technologically advanced non-human civilization consisting of some terrestrial animals which evolved to live in stealth or underground. The paper suggests that these could be ape-like hominids, descendants or they could be descendants of an unknown intelligent dinosaur. The third cryptoterrestrial are former extraterrestrials. These guys would have arrived on Earth from somewhere else in the cosmos or from the human future and conceal themselves in stealth, such as living on the moon or in the moon. So those are the theories there. And I like that they're thinking about this. I like that they're putting this out there, and this is gaining some attention. New York Post is picking up on this, and so, it's not as taboo to put this stuff out, and it's fun to consider. For me, I think I'm going with that. At this point, it is some dark force. It's a dark force, and it will manifest in the ways in which it can manipulate you the best. So. I'll touch on that maybe on Saturday. But there is some other, so just real quick here. Not only is Harvard taking it pretty seriously at this point, but we do have Japan. Japan launches UAP investigation following U.S. report identifying regions as hotspot for sightings.
China.
No, Japan. A nonpartisan group of Japanese lawmakers says it plans to investigate sightings of unidentified flying objects, citing concerns over possible foreign surveillance efforts and other national security issues. Don't tell them about the giant lizards in the earth. They might consider that to be Godzilla. So don't read the Harvard study, guys. That might make you angry.
Yeah, you get a little anxiety.
The group, composed of more than 80 members that include former defense ministers, was announced Thursday. The lawmakers say it will aim to enhance Japan's capabilities in the detection and analysis of what the U.S. military now calls unidentified anomalous phenomenon. Quote, "It is extremely irresponsible for us to be resigned to the fact that something is unknowable and to keep turning a blind eye to the unidentified," said former Japanese defense minister. So good. They want to get in on this, and they want to start it's a game. They want to start investigating it, and it's also a good excuse to, waste some money. That's really what it's about. And it also might be a good excuse to, pile more money into Japanese defense.
Are they like that? I don't think they're not like that, are they?
Well, I believe in recent times, Japan has reconstituted some of its defense. So if you remember,
but are they like us, where it's like, I don't know, just throw some bombs around and kill some people?
I don't think I do not think that they're like us in that respect.
I don't think they do that.
I think they have just, like, within the past, I think, say 15 years, really started to ramp up because of the threat of China and North Korea. But before that, I thought they were fairly demilitarized because of they said, no, we're not going to waste money on that. America's going to protect us. And I think they were fairly okay with that for a while. But they're in the UAP game right now. So good for them. Welcome aboard, guys. We love having you. So I don't know if you can find anything, but we hope you can.
Spacemen, men from outer space, alien beings, UFOs.
Yep. It's all happening. And I have one more UFO-related piece of news. It's just all happening today, people. It's all happening. And this comes from our friends in Iran. Yes. Multiple video clips show brightly lit UFO flying over the streets of Tehran. A strange object spotted over Iran has been captured on camera from multiple different angles. It's not often that we get to see clear video footage of an unidentified flying object, but in this particular instance, we have not one, but several clips of the same object filmed by several different people. The sighting, which reportedly occurred over Tehran, involved a brightly lit circular-shaped object that was spotted swooping over the streets of the city at quite a low altitude. From the footage, the object also features a prominent array of green lights around it in its circumference. So, okay. You can see it there right there on the screen. It looks kind of like a classic Close Encounters of the Third Kind of UFO from that Spielberg movie. That's kind of what it looks like. I haven't seen a UFO like this in a long time. This is like a UFO image that you would see in the 70s and mid-80s that would go around.
That is legit Close Encounters UFO.
Yeah, that's like, what it looks like right
here.
Hey,
we're a UFO, everybody. Get a picture. Get it while it's good.
It's got multiple lights. You can see that there's some kind of structure there. I'll play the video here in a second.
It looks like a shower. It looks like a shower head with like neon lights.
And you can adjust the spray by turning the head.
Adjustable spray shower head, indeed.
Let's check out the video. But it is bizarre that it is an old model UFO. This might be a model that was in production by the U.S. and they fly it over Iran just to scare them. Remember, this did happen. There was a UFO scare in Iran in 2019. The Iranian military fired on a fast-moving orb, and there's video of that. Very difficult to find now, but I suspected at the time when we played that video, it was a secret U.S. kind of vehicle. So let's see what the U.S. is up to right now. So it's up in the sky. They have it's so okay. So that's one video right there. Okay, let's take a look at this other one. Okay. I mean, what we're looking at is like a saucer-shaped vehicle, but it would be easy to fake. Look at this. Look at this. Hold on a second. Look at this. Look at this one, Joe. There is some weird noise in the background. Okay, it doesn't look like a drone. Okay, and both the previous two videos, they had an oscillating.
It looks like Cinema 4D.
It looks like it looks like there is oscillating noise in the background. I agree.
I don't hear anything on this side.
Well, I can play it, so I'll play that one. So there is an interesting oscillating noise that is going on. So I could see Cinema 4D. You can do this stuff, no problem. I agree with you. And I'm sure people in Tehran do have access to that. This is the. Oh, let's play on loop. It's interesting. If this is legit, this could be the best UFO video I've ever seen. Anybody has ever seen. If this is legit. I'd like to see a breakdown. I'd like to see Mick West take this and break it down. And then there's a fourth one. I'll bring up the fourth.
The video you were showing is like this guy's selling ice cream. If you come out to your patio, like it's that blatant. Like the only thing missing is the goofy music coming out of it.
So this one is a longer video. It's in the distance. It is approaching much slower, and there's a definite shape there. It's a definite but no oscillating sound on this one. I don't know what to make of it. Joe is going with Cinema 4D. I'm going with, this is old U.S. tech, and they're flying it over Iran as some sort of psychological operation. I'm up in the air.
Yeah, I could see it as a psyop. I think it's fake as shit.
I think it to me it looks like a real object, but I'm not a Cinema 4D guy. I haven't done any kind of stuff like this, so I gotta defer to the experts here. But I just wanted to bring it to the page, bring it to the show. So, all right, I'm going to throw it to Joe. Are you ready to catch it?
Yeah.
God damn it!
You know, I wash my kale and all that shit while
I do the same thing.
doing the show. Well, you can't do it.
I got a strainer down here under the desk.
Okay, you just got a strainer down there.
Yeah.
I mean, look, multitask. The days are very short.